a special edition of the Collector's Convo. This is Brian Fontaine, the Jedi Scavenger. Excited to get a preview show in before San Diego Comic-Con 2018 kicks off. I've got two of my closest friends here, also part of the Brick City Blockade podcast network. We've got Vintage Viewport himself, Mr. Christopher James Letty, and Jared Chilson, the Mayfix Mando. What's going on tonight, guys?
Hanging out. Going well. Ready to talk some toys.
Absolutely. And who better to talk about what's coming up? And the exciting part is this is just the preview. We don't know what's to come with a lot of these panels. We'll have to do a recap show after San Diego Comic-Con comes and goes this coming weekend. Jared, Chris, let's get things started. I don't think we can start any collector's conversation out without starting with our good friends at Hasbro. Jared, what can we expect from Star Wars?
Oh, definitely. So we have three of them coming from in the Star Wars line. We have the Black Series Star Wars, the Han Solo with Minok. That one looks really, really good with the new face printing technology, and the box just looks phenomenal. The packaging is the opening of the Millennium Falcon, and it's supposed to mimic the scene where they're in the asteroid worm when they're hiding from the Empire in the asteroid field. So that looks really, really good. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, man, it's a great set. We've seen a lot of different podcasters and websites already getting that, showing it off. It looks like a great set, and I think for retail it's just going to be the Han Solo and regular packaging, but the Comic-Con exclusive looks pretty sweet, showing off that cool Minok.
So so it looks like Chris, it's going to be his Bespin outfit. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is this one that you're going to go to Hasbro Toy Shop on? I believe it's probably August 13th. And is this something you're going to go for? Or is this something that if you like the Han Solo figure, you're going to look to get him in the regular line?
Definitely. This is one of the very few that I'm actively going to go for. Because 6-inch is my line, and I definitely go for the exclusives that are at the lower price point. So the $35 is very, very attractive to me. So this is one that I'm definitely going to go for.
Yeah, not really. It's not one that I'm going to go for. I'm pretty picky when it comes to the Black Series figures for those, but I can certainly appreciate it. The new technology, the face printing technology, really shines through for this one, and definitely looks like Harrison Ford, in my opinion.
So, Chris, I know you're I know you both are fans of Dr. Aphra, but we've also got the vintage collection, the 3-pack with both of the droids. Is that something? I know that you're a 3 3/4 guy, Chris. Is that something that's going to interest you?
I think I'm going to try to go after that one. I really love that comic book series. Aphra is really one of my favorite characters that's come out in the last few years. I'm going to try to get it, but I'm not going to go too crazy after it. It's not one I'm not going to pay. I don't want to pay more than the $49.99 retail, but we'll see. Looking forward to the regular release of that figure as well. I don't think we're going to get 000 and BT1 single carded, at least for in the near future. But yeah, man, definitely going after that one.
Yeah, I do have to agree with Chris that this is another one that I'm going to go after. And my prediction is that this one is going to be the hot one. This one's going to be the equivalent to the Thrawn of last year, where it was just out of stock within seconds. And so because everybody is excited about the return of the vintage collection, and then the special 3-pack packaging is just incredible, really cool. And then if anybody actually does read the comics, everybody absolutely absolutely loves all three of these characters. So I think this one's going to be the hot one, and I'm definitely going to go for it too.
So, Jared, throwing it back over to you, I've seen some, Chris mentioned it, that a lot of our collector friends got some early preview care packages from Hasbro to start getting the word out about some of these really cool collectibles, and then also help with a social media presence. But what can you tell us, Jared, about this centerpiece collection featuring Kylo Ren and Rey from Starkiller Base?
So this centerpiece collection is actually pretty amazing, because this is the what I would equate to the extreme exclusive that they have going, because it has all the bells and whistles. It has a centerpiece Rey, it has a backdrop, it has a fully articulated Kylo Ren with the new face print technology, and has a battery operated mister, if you can top anything off. So that is incredibly awesome. It's attractive. It's a very cool set. I've seen some collectors, kind of pick at it, saying, "Oh, how many times are we going to get Kylo Ren and Rey?" But I think this is a really cool set. I think if I see it down the road, because this isn't going to be one of the ones that I'm going to go after on the 13th, because the price point is quite heavy, but for all the bells and whistles, it probably is worth it. A local friend of mine says he's probably going to go for it, and I can't wait to see if he gets it or not, because he's also my local friend that also backed the barge as well. So he's pretty well into it, and if he sees something that he likes, he's going to get it. And so we get to,
you can live vicariously through him. That's the best kind of collector friend to have, right, Chris?
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So, but, the paint detail on this set, is just incredible. GameStops are already getting the Rey base, so some people have already seen the details that one has. But the Kylo Ren is the thing that kind of sets this piece apart from everything else. It has the cut on a tunic, and it has the face print technology, and it has better detailing than the Kmart exclusive that came out 3-4 years ago. So I think this is going to be a really, really good one. Like I said, I'm going to go after it down the road if I see it for a really good deal.
So we're obviously a Star Wars podcast, but we also have other interests, namely Marvel and some of the other things. Chris, Jared, what else can we expect from Hasbro out there?
Well, they've got a pretty sweet Defenders set for the Netflix series. They've got, for the Marvel Legends line, the 6-inch line, it's got exclusive Danny Rand. It's got Luke Cage. It's got Colleen. What's her last name?
Colleen Wing.
Yeah, Colleen Wing. It's got it. It's a set that, man, if the price was a little bit more reasonable, I'd be going after. I've been heavy into the Marvel Legends in the last 6 months or so. I just love that line. But yeah, so we got that. There's a Red Skull with a electronic life-size Tesseract, and Jared and I were watching a review of that, and again, man, they knocked it out of the park. The detail in the Red Skull figure is amazing. He's got a long coat. He's got some accessories. The box is highly detailed. It's got a slip cover. It basically looks like a case that would be housing the Tesseract, safely. And you open it up, and it's got all the bells and whistles, and the Tesseract has light features, and it's just a really neat set. One that again, price points, it's tough, and the availability of these sets especially the Marvel Legends ones, they really are a hot ticket, and they sell out pretty quickly if they go on Hasbro Toy Shop. I'll stick to the the regular releases, but that's one that I caught my eye. Any others, Jared?
Oh yeah. So there's also our good friend over at the Dork Lair. He might be jumping on this one, the Magic the Gathering set. And that one looks pretty cool. I've only played Magic just a handful of times throughout my childhood, but like I said, our good friend William, Bill Junaski is a big time Magic player, so he might be jumping on that. And then we also have a Transformers trading card game that they're going to be providing, and then My Little Pony little greatest hits set, and finally we have 2 exclusives for the Transformers line. We have one that is part of the Powers of the Prime selection. It looks monstrous. It's really cool actually, and it comes with what does it come with? Wow, it comes with a lot of things actually. It comes with gigantic Optimus, Primal Optimus. So it's the gorilla version, and then it comes with little mini figures, and then you can break all those down, and it's actually quite detailed. It's really cool. And then finally, to commemorate with the Bumblebee movie that's coming out, I'm assuming that's why they put this out. They have the Bumblebee retro Rock Garage set coming out, which has Bumblebee in it looks like my old Camaro from when I was a youngster, and and it has these 2 cassette tapes that transform into little dinosaurs. So it all looks really amazing, and Hasbro does a really good job with the packaging for these things. So they're just incredible and amazing, and I can't wait to see people's reactions with them.
I'll have to look and see if my son, who's almost 7 years old, who's a Transformer fanatic. Hopefully, I'm not having to chase these ones down, but we shall see. He likes to look at the pictures on my phone and then keeps asking day after day after day. And as I'm sure you can both relate, it's kind of a chip off the old block. I mean, we used to look through like the Sears catalogs and stuff like that. And with today's day and age, you get to look on a smartphone or an iPad. So yeah, good stuff there. Definitely some good stuff from our friends at Hasbro. Let's just kind of jump around a little bit to touching on some of the other things. Jared, I want to pick your brain a little bit about the Bluefin B-Wing. I know Bluefin is kind of like the U.S. distributor of Tamashii Nation / SH Figure Arts, and so is this going to be like a model kit, or what's that going to be about?
Yeah, this is going to be a model kit. It's going to be an upgraded model kit that they're going to be providing to regular retail later this year. This particular exclusive version comes with a lighting kit, so it makes it light up. The engines light up, and you're able to just go extremely detail with it. And then it also comes with a different color scheme and a different colored pilot that is only exclusive to this one, which is actually pretty cool. And it says it's exclusive to the convention. However, it says that you are able to order it after the convention for $20 more. So at the convention it's $50, and then weeks after the convention it'll be $70. So it's quite smart, good planning on their part, and it saves people from really trying to modify their own kits, because there are a lot of us builders that like to modify their own kits and put lighting into their kits, and the stuff that they come out with is absolutely bananas, and I really like it. So I'm kind of interested in this one. I think if I get the chance, I'll definitely try and grab this one.
We'll have to see that if you do get it, and I'll have to see the completed version of that. Chris, we'll switch gears to Sideshow / Hot Toys. Sideshow is the U.S. distributor of Hot Toys, obviously. We, at some point when you and I have some time, we're going to be kicking off a new podcast. We talked about it and teased about it, but at some point we're going to be able to kick off 6-scale Scavengers. But Chris, I believe the only one that I think has been confirmed that they're going to have as an exclusive, and Sideshow has also been, I know there was a little bit of an uproar that you could order the Anakin Skywalker from Revenge of the Sith with the dark side eyes and a couple of the other accessories. People were a little concerned that you could order it on Sideshow's website, but you only could pick it up at the con. I think they got a little bit too much backlash, and now they're offering to be able to ship it afterwards. So that's going to be the big thing. I know they've also teased an Iron Man with a neon tech. It almost is kind of like Iron Man as Tron. So that, I don't know is going to be available at San Diego, but that's going to be something coming up. So let's talk about this Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that was a little bit interesting, that choice to only have it available initially by picking it up at the con. I thought that was an unfortunate move on their part, but it's good to see that they changed the plan up for that, for those individuals that want to pick that up. That figure, the images of that figure are just jaw-dropping. The detail in the facial expressions, and to show his anger, after turning to the dark side. I mean, that figure looks just amazing. If I was going that route with the Hot Toys, I would probably have that one on my list of figures to get. But what about you? What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, it's excellent. I know, Jared, I know you're dipping your toe into the Hot Toys here at some point. A lot of people had the original version of Anakin from basically, the beginning part of the movie as one of their top figures so far of 2018. It's a phenomenal figure with tons of detail, well tailored. The face painting is just is spot on of Hayden Christensen. So, again, the thing that we will eventually talk about with Hot Toys is it's very important to be very focused, and, you could go broke big time if you chased everything. And I think it's important to have a focus, stick to your favorite characters, and then go from there. So if it doesn't necessarily fit, and I know Anakin Skywalker has a huge following, not only from the Clone Wars, but a lot of fans of the prequel. And I mean, this is going to be this may be the best version we ever get of Anakin. So if you're a fan, I think definitely this is the time. And as we'll also talk about too, if you're on the fence about it and that you think it's something you will want to purchase in the future, the value of these things only go up. And as it goes out of production, it gets even more expensive. So that would be my one cautionary tale. If you're considering this figure, get on it early. By waiting, you don't save any money. You actually cost yourself more in the long run. Jared, any other thoughts about this Anakin figure?
So when I first thought about, which Hot Toys that I really wanted to start my collection with, it was either the regular version Anakin or it was going to be the special edition Boba Fett that was coming out. And so unfortunately I was I decided to go with the Boba Fett, but I'm kind of thinking about, maybe going back and getting the Anakin, if I find a good deal on it. I'm also actively seeking out the Sideshow Clone Trooper 5s, the ARC Trooper, but I can't find that one for a good deal.
It's hard to find, yeah.
But who knows? One day I might get lucky.
Yeah.
But this version, the dark side version, looks really, really cool. And I think everybody who gets it is going to be extremely happy with it. I really do think so.
Another up-and-coming line was with Mezco. And Jared, you mentioned our friend Bill Janowski over at Dorklair. I know he is very big into the Mezco line. it's something I've dabbled my toe in, and they don't have any, obviously they don't have the Star Wars license, and I don't know that they'll ever get that just because they are a 1/12 scale. Hasbro really has that license on lockdown, so I wouldn't ever hold out my hope unless the license was to change hands that we'd ever see any, Mezco, and their calling is obviously their 1/12 scale. The detail in the face is not at the level of a Hot Toys, but it's still very good, and they pride themselves on their soft goods. I mean, it just blows anything out of the water at that scale. It looks like they're going to have the Tactical Ops Punisher and the Batman Beyond figure, and I think this is going to be two of the most highly sought after items at the con, just because Mezco's up and coming. They don't have huge production lines. These things sold out. They had pre-sales about a month ago or so. They sold out within hours, and in some cases, I think the Punisher sold out within an hour, and caused the Mezco site to crash. So these are another thing too that I don't think any of us can really speak with any great authority on these, but definitely, if you're a fan of Mezco, these are going to be the ones that definitely want to take a look at.
Yeah, I definitely agree. The Mezco line is extremely young line, and I think that it's only getting better. And with the following that they have and the demand that they have, these figures will probably just keep getting better. And so I had to seriously think about the Batman Beyond. I had quite a while to think about it because that one was still available a couple hours afterwards, and I started thinking about it. And then as soon as I said, let me go ahead and press pre-order, and then all of a sudden it was gone. So I was like, oh, okay, no
Decision
worries.
made.
So, but it was hilarious when the Tactical Punisher was announced. I got the email, and maybe like a couple minutes later, I just wanted to take a look at the pictures. I'm not a huge fan of the comic book Punisher. I really do like the John Bernthal Punisher, which I do have the Mezco version of that on pre-order. So I'm really excited about that one. But I just wanted to take a look at the accessories. I just wanted to take a look at the pictures that go with the pre-order, and I couldn't even get into the Mezco website because it was completely down. So these Mezco collectors, they go bananas for the Punisher, and he just demands authority, and he's just incredible. It's a really cool figure. If you have any doubts about this figure and you see it on a decent deal, anywhere between $80 to $100, I would definitely jump on it. But I see, pre-orders on eBay for it, like not even in hand yet, and they're going for ungodly amounts of money. So
moral of the story here, Jared, is you crashed the Mezco site.
That was me. That was all me. Yep.
Good stuff. All right. I know, guys, we've been jumping kind of around, and I feel like we've hit in kind of the big hitters here of things to expect. I actually, going back to Hasbro, I know we didn't mention the Chewbacca with Porg set. I know we're very Porg friendly on the Brick City Blockade. That does look pretty cool. I love me some Porgs.
Yeah, that's the Forces of Destiny one, right? With the Porg family. Yeah, it looks like a pretty neat set. Most of the reviewers and podcasters and stuff that got those packages, that was included in there. And it's nice to continue to see some love for that adventure figure line, hoping that it, sticks with us and we don't, it doesn't go by the wayside. But yeah, fun set right there.
I know, Jared, I know we got some other stuff out there we didn't really touch upon. I know we've got the NECA Ninja Turtle set that's out there. I think there's like some sort of semblance of a He-Man figure, like a laughing figure. I don't know, anything else that we didn't talk about that we definitely want to mention to any of our listeners before we call it a show?
I think that's everything that I really wanted to touch upon. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle set looked really, really cool. I wasn't even able to log in to see it, but I know that a lot of my fellow Bay Area fans were able to get a set or two. So, but yeah, but NECA, puts out some good stuff. And other than that, San Diego's going to have tons and tons of stuff. I mean, if you run down the San Diego Comic-Con unofficial blog, there's literally 95 pages of just articles and articles and articles of incredible things that you could pick up at while you're at San Diego Comic-Con. So it's just going to be incredible, and I cannot wait for Saturday for the Hasbro panel, just to see what Hasbro is just going to put out for their dinner and their breakfast, luncheon. It's just going to be amazing. I can't wait, and it's going to be cool.
So my final question to both of you is, we've talked about what we know about, and Jared, you just kind of alluded to it, is what we don't know about. And San Diego is also a big breeding ground for finding out about new stuff. People love to tease it, like our friends at Hasbro. Chris, we'll start with you and then go to Jared. If our listeners want to follow along and they want to find out about these things as they're happening, what are some of your favorite resources that you would recommend that they check out?
Well, I mean, definitely check out the website for San Diego Comic-Con. But, they have links. A lot of, panels will be either broadcast or stream on YouTube. There's a Twitter. I mean, follow them on Twitter. There's going to be a lot of news dropping here and there. I'm sure Hasbro Pulse will have information. There's so many outlets on, Instagram. They'll just be pictures galore dropping on Instagram. And yeah, man, there's a lot of places just to stay informed, and it'll, I think a lot of good stuff is going to come from this year's Comic-Con and the cons going forward. We're going to get a lot of product announcements and stuff like that. But yeah, those are my choices.
Definitely, I have to agree. Following along with Hasbro Pulse is always number one to me. They always put out some great stuff, and usually when they have a presentation, they have a thread that they like to just start sharing pictures and things like that. And there's also other people who other collectors that I follow that will also, as pictures start coming in and being tweeted out or being Instagrammed, they will be shared immediately. Like Imperial Holocron, I think he's going to be there. The good folks at Marvelicious / God, I can't remember their Star Wars podcast.
Star Wars Action News.
Thank you, Star Wars Action News. Yes, and they're Arnie is really good about tweeting things, and Yak Face, he'll probably be retweeting things as well as fast as they come, and so along with our good friends at RetroZap, they'll I think maybe Chris might be going, maybe. I think I saw him say that he's going, but yeah, it's just following and figuring out who's going to be posting things, and then taking a look firsthand, and then just the excitement has got me super juiced about Saturday. I mean never mind what can be announced, but just to talk about what will be coming out in the future is just incredible just to think about.
Absolutely, guys. So it's an exciting time for collectors, exciting time for Star Wars fans, Marvel, all the different things that we just kind of talked about. So I think we're at that time of the show. Let's get some plug time. Chris, where can the good people find you on social media?
Yeah, people can find me at Vintage Viewport on Twitter and Instagram, and shoot me a friend request on Facebook, Christopher James Letty.
Jared?
All right, you can follow me at MayfexMando BCB on Twitter, and then you can follow my Instagram that I'm starting to put a little bit more content out on there at Jared Chill, JeradChil, and then you can follow me on Facebook at Jared Chilson.
All right, good stuff, guys. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Jedi Scavenger SW. All right, I'm gonna do my best Robin Vote impression here. I'm just gonna tell you guys to head to brickcityblockade.com, and our podcast is now all over the place. You can find it on Apple Podcasts, but then also, different anywhere your podcast or catcher of choice is. You're gonna find the Brick City Blockade, and we appreciate all the love and the feedback. And as we talked about with our good friend Steven Stanton, and he kind of coined the phrase, you Brick City Blockaders. That's what you all are as listeners, and we appreciate it. We love the feedback. We love being part of the friendom. And I think, guys, that's going to do it. Some very exciting times ahead, and stay tuned for more from the Brick City Blockade crew. As we always say, may the force be with you.
Always.